Good afternoon. Today is 25th February 2023. I am in Kathmandu, the capital of Nepal. Now I would like to share my experiences in Netherlands, the country I've traveled in previous. After Rwanda, I've traveled to three countries. First is Turkey. I stayed in Turkey for almost 3 weeks, and then I traveled to Lebanon, and I stayed in Lebanon for 3 nights. I arrived in the evening of 18th of February, and I left on 21st of February in the evening. So that's like 3 days. Yeah, 3 days in total. That's the time I was staying in Lebanon. And then from Lebanon, now I came to Nepal. So people kept asking me about the experiences I had in Lebanon, because I haven't posted any videos or pictures about the country. So now I would like to share with you my experiences, some of my experiences that I had in Netherlands. So Netherlands is an Arabic country. The majority of the people are Arabs. The official language, of course, is also Arabic. But French is also a recognized language, at least in Beirut. That's where I stayed. I went to Netherlands mainly because this country seems mysterious to me. It's a very tiny country located on the shore of the West Mediterranean Sea, surrounded by by several Arabic countries, Middle East, like Syria, Iraq. Iraq. I'm not sure if Iraq is Lebanon, but in Jordan and Israel to the south. Yeah, that's where the geography about Lebanon. So I traveled to Lebanon because of the mystery that is attracting me. Also, I know I have searched on Google that in this country French is a recognized language, meaning a lot of people can speak French. So I decided to go there because I want to practice my French as well. So that is the purpose I went there. The good thing is, even for my passport, I don't need a special visa for that. It's just a visa on arrival. And it's still winter, It's still winter in northern sphere. Many countries are still in winter, like in very cold weathers. Many countries in the north side are even snowing, like Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, even Iran was snowing at the time. And me, who who have been stayed in Africa in near the equator for so many years. It's really hard for me to stand the cold, so I decided to not to go to those countries that I mentioned above. Which was my initial plan. So I decided to go Nebula instead. So first night when I arrived in Nebula, I was welcomed by the host. I took a taxi from the airport. I was collecting to the free Wi-Fi from the airport. I saw that the Uber was working. I wanted to call an Uber, but I don't have a SIM card. I don't have a local SIM card, which is one obstacle. And another one is I don't have local currency. I don't know how to pay him. And I don't have currency USD. That's where I only have some money in my credit card. So I figured it might be troublesome to take a Uber. So I decided to take a random taxi, which is parking inside the airport. So I had to negotiate with the taxi driver to lower down the price. So I ended up paying almost like $10 from the airport to go to the Airbnb house that I booked online. But it was not. It was a bit more. It was a bit expensive because the distance was like only within. It's like 7 kilometers or something. It's not too far. And the Uber shows the charges should be like $3 or something, but ended up paying $10. But good thing is we know that Uber is working in Netherlands. Also, when I arrived at the when I was traveling with the taxi, I saw that the city is a dark city. It's very dark actually. It's not bright as other cities. I didn't know why in the first place. Also, when we were traveling to the house, I saw the street. The street was very narrow, very crowded. Cars are parking in both sides of the road, and it was very dirty. Actually, the garbage, you can see garbage, like some places you can see garbage piled up on the street, and even some local people, even beggars, like they're picking something out of the garbage. So it was already a bad impression about the country. But anyway, I got to the place. A place it was centrally located, right in the center of the city. But there was no. I didn't see any like 24 hours shops open at the time, as you would expect in other cities.
Oh, stop.
The place is like
yeah, you can find a place to park here.
It closes very early. I mean, and I arrived at around 11. So I didn't find food to sleep. I didn't find food to eat, not even a snack to get. So I went to the house. I wanted to take a shower, and the host told me that there's no electricity, there's no heater. There's no heater, and I didn't even see the shower actually in the toilet. There's just a basin, like to wash your hands, and the shithole that you can do your stuff. That's it. So I was so amazed that the place was like that. It was totally out of my expectations. No hot shower. That's already one thing that is very unbearable to me. And then the host told me that there was like a timetable, or like the areas. No, what is? Sorry, it's what do you call it? It's a timetable, like for the electricities. There are only electricities in certain period of time in one day. So out of those times, there will not be electricities. I mean, in this country, the electricity is like a luxury. It's not every building has 24/7 electricities. That's already one thing that shocked me. And then the host told me that he was paying electricities and waters and maintenance, building maintenance fees, cleaning fees for almost as expensive as the rent. So I was so shocked. I don't know why it's like that. The utilities are almost expensive as the rent itself. I didn't see this in any country of the world. And later, I learned that every people I talked to, I asked the same question, and I was told that this country there's no government, or if there is government, it's like very very limited government. Like you wouldn't expect any public services, or even if there is, it would be so limited to the extent that you will really doubt yourself about it. So that's it. Like in this country, it's like everything is private. The electricity is private. The buses are private. The garbage collecting are private. Everything is private. Almost everything is private because there's no government. The government is literally bankrupted. The locals are telling me that it's because of the corrupt or something. The corrupt politicians are corrupt. Many people are living in poverty, and Lebanon is very generous in hosting refugees from neighboring countries like Syria, Palestine, Palestine, and maybe Iraq as well. So there are a significant amount of refugees in the country, which deepens the problem for poverty, and there are many. The streets are very narrow. The streets are narrow. The houses are crowded. Cars are parking like anywhere. It's like it's messed up. It's in one word, it's messed up. The whole city of Beirut is messed up. I didn't know other cities, but judging by the way I saw it in Beirut, I would say that and there might be some changes or surprises in other cities as well. Yeah, so that's it. But surprisingly, despite the fact that it looks shabby, looks messed up. Many people are living on the poverty line, but still, there are so many fancy cars driving through that you can see from time to time if you take a walk outside. Many fancy cars like Rolls Royce even, and Land Rover, latest version of Land Cruiser. Those fancy cars everywhere, and the big supermarkets, and international brands, Pizza Hut, KFC, Carrefour, Burger King, like every big brand, international brands are operating in Beirut. So, in one word, they are like what I saw is that there is a big gap between the rich and the poor. It's like it's in two extremes. Country is deeply divided. Another thing is I want to point out is the currency of the country is totally a joke. It's the biggest amount of the currency is 100,000 Lebanon Nila. It's like the biggest amount I've ever seen from all the countries that have been traveled. And even that amount of money, 100,000, only like just worth a little bit more than $1. So when you go out and buy things from supermarket, expect that to bring your money like millions or something. Where like the people will tell you to pay like hundreds of thousands or even millions. That's how the currency is, and the government is in liquidation. The currency is totally has been crushed. It's worthless at the moment. People are like hurrying changing their money, their local money to US dollar. That's what I have observed from Beirut. That being said, there are also many nice things about this country. For example, the weather was good, was very nice. Even in winter, it's not cold at all. Like every day is blue sky, almost blue sky, sunshine, and most importantly, it's just next to the sea, it's next to the ocean, Mediterranean Sea. So you can enjoy the sunshine, the ocean, the beach, and and the warmth of the temperature. It's attractive to I guess to people like me who came from who stayed a long time in near equator. Second thing is people in this country are really nice. They're very helpful. At least I can see for I cannot see for all the people, but at least the people I met personally, I have to say they're very nice. And a third thing is that in this country there are many things that are cheap. For example, Uber. Uber are quite cheap. Also, some green groceries like vegetables and fruits and some other stuff that is manufactured locally inside the country. Basically, they are cheap. They are all cheap. So if you manage to pay your house and your utilities, the other stuff they're just cheap. So just to name a few, that's almost my experience in Netherlands. So what do you think, guys? Is it worth a try? Is it worth a go? It's up to you. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have experienced. When I think of other things I haven't mentioned, I will tell you guys. Okay, so far let's just stop here.